Hello, and welcome to the terrible clouds on Slusk once again, with my broken game that I still haven't managed to fix. We have third guards versus first Flash Omega. I think this was a Q play game, so quick play. Yeah, certainly not the division you want to be facing here. P, Yuri, Tan are definitely going to be on the back foot, but a very strong player. And this was quite a few patches ago, actually, so third guards is in its prime right now. I don't think it was nerfed in the meantime, but yeah. SC-42 artillerists coming in. You see the Dushka truck there. Maybe something taken from playing with UU, which was happening, or the style around this time was lots of people were training for the league, I believe. But yeah, fairly normal setup for Stardekk, I would say. Just going for the center, defensive here, and then just knowing you can basically grab these forces. Though with the LG-42 here on the Flak 36, you are going to want to wait for those ISUs and the IS-2s that 44th cards gets. So potentially here, Tanner just hoping he can blitz this area, which does seem to be the intended effect with the MG-42 here and the Flamers, but they did get pinned down by the units that were over here. IO2 coming in for the bomb drop. Fallschirm Stoßtrupp, some of the only CQC units that 4th Fallschirm gets, or 1st Fallschirmjäger gets in the first place. As this Fallschirm Flammenwerfer is going to get on top of these 45 mils if they don't get away quick enough. 45 mil though is firing on the Fallschirm Stoßtrupp, and that's just a single Bren firing, so not actually an engagement you want to take. At the very least, you want to get these within 600 meter range, because that's when the FG-42s come into play. And the FG-42s are actually really good rifles, but, you know, Fallschirmjäger, they only have the 600 range there. So, absolutely crazy loadout on these units. I do love them, but you only get one card of them, which brings the whole division down. So, quite honestly, if I had another card of these, the division would be perfect, right? It doesn't even matter that you only get 9 availability in B, but as it is with just a single card of them, and then a card of Flammenwerfers, you're relying on Fallschirm Pioneers, which after they lost their G43s just aren't really worth the price, even if the price was decreased. Fallschirm Beobachter. Interesting to see the building here chosen over the church, but is what it is. Superior versus Flammenwerfer. Oop. Doesn't quite get its HE shell off, but the Flammenwerfer wasn't on target with the thingamajigger either. SC-42 firing away at these units down there. Wow, that's what caused them to get pinned down. And yeah, first ISU coming in. Black 36. Definitely going to be struggling against that as the only 2K HE option here. Or 2K AT option that first Fallschirm gets until the Tigers come in. But the Tigers are then hard countered by third cards, right? So, yeah. Got ideas coming in. In comparison to some of the other Fallschirm divisions, the availability, or the ability to get these kind of ideas does actually make a large difference, but they are kind of weak units, right? Because you're not allowed to bring them in with veterancy, signifying that they are just replacement troops for the division, historically speaking. And SC-43 could actually just open up on this Flammenwerfer, but I might want to clear out these LG-42s before that happens. Just to retake this flag. Fallschirm Beobachter coming in now again. Gonna provide radio support. That's another thing, right? Did move to the church eventually, so looks like that is the better option, but yeah. Nasrum coming up. Gotta be looking down that road. Not a bad idea. Ad2 coming in for the LG. There's no AA up in the north here. More Granatenwerfer coming in. And these are going to do a very good job. But Wilbachter's got to come in to actually provide radio range on all this. Right now the Fallschirmführer is doing it. And it's doing a good enough job. Some of these units are out of range though. Oop. ISU should be getting the fire position into the little mini town over here. Funny to see that happening. I would definitely focus on some of these other support units, but the LG-42 is not going to get the hell out of there. Does not want to be facing an ISU now. ZSU coming in, and Stardekk has managed to get a convincing opening onto this hill here. The MSHAs really coming into their own, being excellent 50 cal support, and versus first Fallschirmjäger, well, what have you got to deal with them? Pupien, Tigers, potentially Nashorns, but you don't want to be facing a Nashorn against a MSHA at all. Gavardia coming in as well. Might actually spot this Fallschirm Beobachter. It's not a return fire, so will actually open up at 100-meter range, and that's not good. Two grenadiers coming in. Surprised not to see a Fallschirmjäger. Single Fallschirmjäger here. Well, it is more at risk of just being taken out. It's got the DPS of 4 of these MG42 squads for only double the price, right? Oh, that Fallschirmjäger definitely wants to open fire. But is not going to get flamer right to the face. And without the ability of its MG42s, is actually going to get flamed down and forced to surrender there, from the looks of things. Yep. Alright, so you still firing away at these buildings. SU-42 still hasn't opened up. And the Ganaten Alpha is now going to be going for the MCHA. There's radio range on it, so relatively accurate. Stardekk doesn't see this, but you do have to get quite a few mortar shots on target to actually kill it. That one was a good one. You can see the tank is now a little bit damaged, but for a tank that has 10 health, a single mortar shot will only take 1 or 2 off, so might not even be enough to bring it into a one-shot range. Though, the Pupian does have 12 damage, so anything that thing hits is an instant kill. Nassorn coming out to the open. 2 of these Nassorns, they can deal with an ISU fairly convincingly, especially if it just fired, so that might be something worth looking out for. Just get it to open up on the Flem Alpha. And yeah, these Nassorns moving around to come deal with it. The only problem is that you only got 2 Nassorns, right, for the entire game in first Fallschirmjäger, which does make you quite good, rather said, in Phase A with these Nassorns, and actually the Jagdpanzer 4s. It gets 2 Jagdpanzer 4s as well. That'd be an excellent unit to bring against these MCHAs. There's no 2 Fallschirmjäger come in to reinforce this area, as well as 2 Fallschirmsturmpioneer. Fallschirmsturmpioneer really being terrible. The G43 here actually being relatively worse, but ooh, the Nashorn gets a sneaky shot out of the Sherman there when it's not able to see it. That is just a brilliant killer right there. And now the Fallschirmjäger, together with the Fallschirmführer, should have the DPS to basically just Q move, as long as they stick relatively to the cover and don't let themselves get torn apart by SVTs, or TNT for that matter. Should have a relatively easy time taking that back. Guardia doesn't get forced back by the Flammwaffe. It wasn't allowed to come in all the way in. The CR42 is actually streaming it down. That's funny. Together with the Sagittario as well. Sagittario coming in for the Dushka truck now. Unfortunately, for Tenor, there's also an artillerist over here. So yeah, whenever you see a Dushka truck, just know that there's other recon available, right? Killing the Dushka truck isn't going to kill the recon. And yeah, now we see the Eternal Folly of the Fallschirmsturmpioneer. They have a total of 0.45 DPS at range. At least they're only 20 points now, just like every other single point flamer. But yeah, these G43s actually just make them worse, because where you want your flamers to be is in the green cover, and you actually don't want your flamers to engage at any range beyond 100 meter as well, because that's where they're most efficient. So just having G43s in your loadout, like, I could understand it if they were FG42s, right? Even if that wouldn't be historical in the slightest, just from a lack of FG42s that were available to the German army at this point, right? But no. G43s. I have 2 coming in. Still no AA. Well, I guess there's this 20 mil. Not going to be able to stop the IL-2, so the flamers are going to have to do a run of there. Grenadier does take a little bit of damage, so maybe not quite worth the IL-2. But yeah, Fallschirmjäger out in the open. Ooh, not in FG42 range, so it is just MG42 or MG34 versus DP28s. And the MG34s do win out, together with the veteran C here. But they did take 5 men damage before pinning down the guards DP, right? So a lot of damage there. And the F-22 now trying to get on target on these Fallschirmjägers. Still 12-12 for now. Surprising to see so much investment up north, where really Tenor has the advantage compared to down south, where you just bring in an IS-2, right? Q move your ISU together with the IS-2. And as long as you're able to deal with these Nassorns somehow, fairly easy game, I would say. Mortar running out of ammo here. Still 12-12 for the time being as we enter into Phase B. And, Superior versus Fallschirmsturmtrupp, they do trade 1-to-1. This Fallschirmsturmtrupp is put on return fire, but there's a distinct lack of troops down in the south here. Still no tanks or anything. The artillery is doing its best to provide fire support. Not only is this not quite in position. And there's not any AT here up here besides the Pupian, which Pupian does much over here. Should be able to get a shot into that Emcha if it continues to come up. Dagmachiki might be forced back from the mortar fire. That is coming down. Radio provided by the Fashion Beobachter. Could get a cheeky surrender just by popping that out, but then the BA-10 would see it and open fire. Second Nashorn finally makes its way up here, but nope. Is going to be making a return journey. More tanks to fight, so that ISU will survive. The IS-2 Camarati coming out, or an Emcha Camarati. Just okay, not an IS-2. Guess it's not needed yet, and a little bit of a liability versus Nashorns and things like that. If they are still out, but both Nashorns actually coming up for the center here. And are expecting more of a push even. CR-42 gonna get forced back by the ZSU. And now 2-star Tiger coming in. Should be able to clean up that BA-10, but if that's gonna be able to stop all these forces from pushing in, I highly doubt that. MG-42 versus Gavardia. Does have the cover advantage here. But Gavardia has the support advantage, the Emcha M42 and just a load of other units coming in now. I'm still coming in the very back. This now 2 comes in again. This time, not close enough for the Flak 38 to be able to shoot at it. Yeah. So, there's a little bit of a lull in the fight here. First Fashion, not really a division we see too often. It's really quite considered a weaker division, but I think with just a tiny little bit of tweaks, this could be up there with the best of them, right? Its Phase A is very strong, as I said. It does get some Jagdpanzers and the Nashorns in the right circumstances, but the lack of medium armor, which is only somewhat made up by the excellent Tigers, because the Tigers aren't even medium armor, right? Followed by just an absolute crucial lack of everything in Phase B and onward. Does end up causing a couple problems, and as we see Grenführer coming in here. Grenadierführer in these amazing little Kettengrads. It's funny, 4-man squad on a 2-man vehicle. The model for that always cracks me up. Interesting to see that you bring in your leaders at 2-star, though. Granted, for Maverick, you're probably not going to use all 6 leaders that you do get, bringing them in like that, but it is always worth having. Schudebega Snapiri, reloading that IS-2, or ISU. And now the ISU should be able to move forward. The Nashorns are in the north there. And so, well, what are you going to do now, right? The ISU should be able to move forward with impunity. And it might actually be here a lack of recon that we see causing such a problem as an Su-85 as well. Ooh, Nashorns really have to be careful then with an Su-85 in the area. Though it certainly just wants to take the APCR off. Pupian failing to get a shot onto that M2A1. Does manage to get it though. Ooh, what? Come on, these things have like 80% accuracy. No, 40% accuracy, goes up 50% every time. That was like a 50% miss shot. I guess at max range they're not too amazing. And now the Ju-88's coming in to suppress things. More fighters from Stoßtrupp coming in. I'm surprised he still has this many. We saw 3 in the beginning. Or 2 in the beginning only? Yeah, now there's 4 left, so that's all of them. Surprised he didn't bring any here. But really making good use of that. And now it is a 14-10 all of a sudden. So Tanner on the back foot is going to have to find a way back into this game, as Stardekk is bringing up more and more units. Su-85s, I'm not really sure. Well, I guess the Tigers, they are definitely the right choice, right? But an Emcha as well down here to support is a little bit needed. Oh, and the Tiger actually sees the Su-85. This is a max range engagement. The Tiger does have the veterancy. Su-85 does have the APCR, though, and the Su-85 takes a hit from the Tiger. Wow, unfortunate there. Opel Blitz is going to be resupplying the 81mm mortars now. And Gavardias are now likely going to be pushing into this area. Just a ton of units down in these forests here that highly haven't been able to do anything. I would have at least tried to push onto this flag here. The Flammetha, Panzerabwehr. Right, a relatively deadly combo there. But, oh, last one's on the corner of this hill here. It's not something you see too often, but there are funky sight lines all over this area. And if you've got tanks sneaking around the edge here, right, if we see just feathering it, they do sometimes are able to be seen from the Nashorn. Line of sight in this game. Sometimes really funny, but M2A1 gets to surrender on something there. And with the Tankoness and Nikki, no doubt, pin it down. Fushimiga could jump forward and maybe pop that M2A1. But yeah, 3-star Fushimiga now versus the guards. Even at the, well, now there's a HE42 range, and just see how quickly they pin that down. SU-85 with some HE support. But now, yeah, all these units here. MG42s firing at the Gavardia. Sorry, the MG43s. And the IS-2 has moved forward. So has the ISU, but the ISU has weirdly enough moved behind the barn. Connaught Alpha put in the truck. Okay. Now I'm just going to smoke off this entire area. Ooh. No, this one sees the Gavardia. Funny, funny. Lots of smoke. 88 firing on the M42. 85 mode coming up. Coming up over here? That's a bit weird. Certainly the ZSU can already provide enough support there, but the Sagittarius managed to kill an IL-2. And is going to get away with it, I think. Well, it did have 2 of them firing at it, and this one's still firing. This ZSU. But Sagittarius doesn't get away with it. For all the DPS these things have, they have absolutely terrible reliability, right? Or, yeah. Residibility? I don't know. English is hard. Oh, they fired their Molotovs against the M2 before the Tankos got that. But man, you just see the DPS of these things. It's such nasty units sometimes, right? They do have, like, compare it to a, I don't think we have anything that's too good, but like a Stone Pioneer usually has about 1.5 plus another for the Flamer, so that's a total of 2 damage. The Fasham Stostope, which are only 5 points more expensive than that, right? And they have 0.8 plus 1.5 plus another 0.5 for that, right? This is 2.8 damage plus a 1.5 Molotov as well that they can still throw against Pioneers and stuff like that. So the Pioneers can't get effective grenades off on them and stuff like that. Oop, IL-2 is going to get its bombs off. And does kill the Panzer, yeah, so BA-10 might be able to come in and bully these units now. Yeah, Flak 88 behind the forest, not able to prevent that. You do kind of not want it behind forest, but with ISUs and IS2s about, you also don't want to get shot at. As the Nashorn, whoa, one of the Nashorns went down. There's a lot of Shermans over here. You don't want to be seeing this. They aim super fast. That's one shot. Nashorn gets one shot off, but that's dead. Yeah. They just reload too slowly to be able to brawl with Shermans like that. Right? And the smoke did come down so that this entire push here just falls apart really quickly against Shermans and stuff like that. Oof, but the grenade launchers get the first Sherman. Might get the second too. I don't think this one's damaged enough. I don't think it's taking a shot. It is damaged now though, after the grenades, but you know. 10 health or 8, doesn't really matter. Ooh, Tiger was bullying all these units, but the Panzerstrike now did take it to the face. Spätel. Again with the FG-42s. Such funny units in these divisions that you almost never really see. Molotovs go off, I think. Nope, they already went off. And now the bad Fleischer Pioneer. Which is just bad Pioneers because they're regular Pioneers with FG-42s for 30 points, right? They don't have the DPS to provide that medium range roll anymore. And then the HE trades badly against other 20-point AT units. But Stardekk has managed to secure the center here. 16-8. The IS-2 and ISU combo proving just a little hard. And Tanner has managed to keep his units alive, but he's had to run them out. And now the Gavardias are rushing forward. So might actually die, but 20 mil. Likely going to be able to pin down this Gavardia here. So that's 1 out of 2. And the Gavardia itself versus the 88. If it does get up close, this one did 88. Oop, Tiger pushing forward. Wondering if we'll see more Panzerschreck, but doesn't look like it. Might not even know that it's here. It's just a massive concentration of very high veterancy forces are moving forward. Together with the Tiger. Ooh, is going to get on target now. And while the Yamcha does have the rate of fire, Tiger's got the armor. And ooh, it misses because it was moving it. Why are you moving? There's no way that a 90 penetration unit is going to be able to get that. It misses again, because it's got to back up. Come on, just commit to the freaking shot. Jeez, Mr. Tiger Leader, you are aggravating me, sir. Sagittario, putting down the Gavardia, still 16-8. Yamcha finally goes down there. Slow Sloop and the Pioneer do manage to clean up the leader here. There's two Su-85s here against that Tiger, but two Popeye coming in to deal with those. F-22 is trying its best. As more Tangos and more Su-85s come in. So yeah, really surprising to see so many Su-85s rather than Shermans. But more grenade launchers, more smoke coming in. Probably a good move with all these Pioneers here. The Gavardia. Well, I suppose the Gavardia actually have the same amount of DPS as a Fuzz Pioneer. But they are 5 points cheaper, so 1 damage versus the 1.5 and a bit. Yeah. CR-42 once again. Strafing down like Gavardia. The 88 barely managed to survive though. And now this Pack 40 is going to have to come and save this 20 mil. But the BA-10 is actually out of HE ammunition. But it does manage to pin down the 20 mil. Might actually just give this pack time to come and kill it then. Fashion Poo, but I can also release smoke. Lots of smoke coming in here. If you still had some Fashion Panzerschrecks or other Panzerschrecks left over, might be worth it. But the Fashion Mega, if you lay down enough smoke, the Fashion Mega itself can probably just be enough for that. But the smoke is coming in a little bit odd. You definitely want to smoke off over here to get onto the very edge of that hill. And it is happening, right? He's going to be able to smoke all this off and clear that out. Popians did manage to kill the two Su-85s. Flak 88 versus Su-85 here. And now, get the Su-85 get a miracle 2-shot. Or 2 health kill. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, the Pack 36 is going to be able to get one more shot in to kill that Su-85. Unlucky there. This truck moving forward versus the MG42. And this Flak 36 is actually on an elevation bug on the river here. Oh, no, it managed to fire. That's funny. Beautiful unit. And the IS-2s, Arch and Iveron were together with the ISUs. Tiger coming in. You'd have to get pretty lucky versus a 1944 to kill it. 180 versus 165. Versus a 1943, if you get it in within like a 1k range, a Tiger can actually take the engagement with an IS-2. Same thing with the Panther, but of course, IS-2s, the closer they get, the more accurate they get. And oh, no, okay, the IS-2 moved away. For a second there, I thought there was a sneaky Faust kill on it, but no. Does manage to capture this flag as 13 to 11 for now. It's really hard to see a way back into this for Tanner, though. ISU still firing away. Dual Tigers coming in. Yeah. Lots of supply being used. Mortar's now going after the F-22. Not sure if this has a radio range on it. It's a bit hard to see because the F-22 itself is radio range, but that looks like radio range to me. Yeah. That's all within 100 meters, and they just deleted that in the first shot. The power of radio mortars if you let them build up. And really, yeah, if you don't have any of your own artillery really to be able to take them out, right? F-22s can only do so much for counter battery. Oh, but the Pack 40 was shooting APCR at the IS-2. That's not great. And now the mortars are actually going to get on target out of the IS-2. It has taken one shot. Oh, that's another one down. Wow, look at that. So, second, or well, another IS-2 down. Thought there hasn't been an IS-2 down before. Yeah, still 13-11, just from this absolute domination, bringing up more Tigers. Hoping to cover as much as an angle as possible. Potentially, if the IS-2 overcommits, you can get some flank shots in it, but there's enough yellow covered here that'll make that very hard, potentially if he gets the Tiger into this kind of an area. But he's got to be able to cover the open ground then. So, more smoke support needed. M2A1s as well. Managed to get this hill back under control. Popian. Certainly too many Popians. Now firing at max range, 40% accuracy. That misses the Dushka truck. Funny, the Dushka truck is going to win the engagement when versus every other infantry unit it would just lose. And now it wins against the AT. Almost gets pins down just from the near misses there. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, 25 minutes in this game, 14-10. With taking this flag. Oh, more smoke coming in. Fallschirmjägers are going to try for the Panzerfaust. Oh, the IL-2 doesn't manage to get that hit off before the Fallschirmjäger gets the Faust off, but now the Kavardia should be able to move forward. Or, well, I would say should, but, you know, there's still quite a few Fallschirmjägers around here with 2-star, and as we established already, so I'm sure you're killing the other one as well. I wonder what happened to that ZSU 37mm. I'm not going to be able to save the ISU, or the IL-2 there. But yeah, as we established, even the Fallschirm Pioneers have more DPS than guards DP, and these are regular guards, so 20-point units versus 40-point units. We'll be able to deal with the pin down one, but the rest of these, yeah, will certainly be a bit troublesome. You really got to bring in support units and use them well. Oop. Tigers versus IS-2s. Has taken a penetrating hit. Ooh. Bounces. This other tiger is shooting at the ISU. Oh no! It did get a kill. It got the kill on the ISU. Oh man, look at that. Tiger's taking the engagement there on the IS-2, 1944. Oh, and they might actually get this next one as well. Jeez. Bam. Still 14-10 though. And with that ISU, he's got a lot of ground to make up. Sure, though, the LG-42s now can be able to be used a little bit more, but I would be willing to bet that there's no way in hell that Stardekk has only a single ISU in the deck. So it is possible that it was only a single card of IS-2s in Phase B. Generally, you don't really need a lot of them. It's kind of a Vision's one-trick pony. So, back to 13-10. If Tanner manages to capture this area, would be fairly dangerous. It's not like you can just park a M2A1 on the flag, though you can get fairly close to the lip of this hill to prevent all this infantry from coming in. And now Fallschirm Pioneers, it's going to be one dead F-22 if the Sherman can't pin it down in time. And an IS-2 Camaraderie. It's once again 2 tigers. Whoa! The ISU killed another tiger, so it's a single tiger now. Another IS-2 is going to be coming down to secure the area down south. So it might actually come down to this engagement over here. Right? And there's just a lot more infantry here for Tanner than for Stardekk. AA failing to ward off these unnerfed PE2s. Surprised we didn't see these earlier. That would have been a great tool for dealing with Fallschirmjägers, especially since the AA of this unit is not amazing. But yeah, once again, lots of high DPS units coming in here. Fallschirm still alive somehow, and the Fallschirm Pioneer should be able to move up and take out these units as well, as long as it doesn't get a Molotov to the face. And I got some support from the mortars. And there are a lot of mortars. 6 minutes left on the timer. It is looking good for Tanner, but Stardekk definitely has all the advantage in the world right now. Hope you know. Dangerous, dangerous. I could probably just kill that MCA. And not have to struggle too much for it either. Fallschirm Pioneer here. Come on, move forward. Guess not. Tanner is going to bide his time. Tiger desperately pushed forward, but the IS-2 coming in. What are you going to do? And 1, 2, 3, 4 tigers, I believe we've seen total. At 2 vet, you can have... I doubt he would have taken a C-phase card, so at 2 vet you can have 3. And there might have been 1 card in A. So this might actually be all the tigers that Tanner gets. And if this last one dies, that's really not good. Oh, it gets the ZSU. Might be able to bully this IS-2 now just with JU-88s, but the JU-88s in the division are not amazing. As you see more AA coming out. Certainly interesting. IS-2 moving forward. Tiger's got to back up now. And this flag kind of stay under Tanner's control for the time being. Not feeling too confident for pushing with this flag either. Might want to march units down here into that. This is often what I see people do. Once again, microing his mortars away. F-22 is still trying to do some damage and get some kind of a support as a Fashion Pioneer. Ooh. That was a Whoopsian shot. And the M2A1 does go down. Whoopsian's getting a lot of value out of this game. All 5 Beretta trucks and 2 more coming in? There's no way. You're not going to need that much AA at this point in time, are you? More Gerds coming in. It is 12:12. 20 minutes left on the metaphorical timer. Well, if this was a quick play game, then it wouldn't have mattered anyway. But yeah, Guards coming out for the flag. Back to a 13-11. This might be a fight to the death. But if I should make a move forward again. Sherman is doing its best here to get some support, and the F-22 is trying to go for the 88. It's actually smoking it off. That's funny. Mortars. Laying down smoke cover. Interesting to see. There's a lot of smoke coming down now, actually. Lots of bombs coming in now, too. Stardekk is doing the right thing. You just gotta move forward out of the smoke. Right. Ooh, but this might actually pin it down, the IS-2. 50 kilogram bombs. Oh, it's not enough. But it's gonna make Stardekk fall back for the time being. And wow, is that a lot of smoke. Is he gotta be used a little more? Right? The ride of the 20 mils here? What is this? Oh, man. Shit. might just get shut down by a single Guards DP here. But no, they do manage to get a target and pin that down very quickly. The IS-2 does have line of sight. More smokes coming in for that IS-2. Sagittario daring it down. CR-42 for this. Tiger moving forward. Gotta try to get as close as possible to that IS-2. Maybe open to pin it down with all these 20 mils. Right? There's a lot of 20 mils here. The card is once again getting on fire on target. Absolutely gets melted. Oh, this one's gonna die too. Oh, they're all Q moving. P2. Oh. Now they're all regular moving forward. Fired at the P2. Come on, it's gotta go down, right? Jesus Christ, 20 mils. And it doesn't. I guess the accuracy debuff while moving saves the P2. And, well, this is why P2s are nerfed, for anyone that was wondering. It's just now mortar fire coming onto that IS-2. The IS-2 is moving forward, but these Berettas are close enough to fire, and that IS-2 does not have the rate of fire for this. 45 mils coming forward, just to try and kill him. Might actually have been better to bring machine guns, but now we see a total of like 6 20 mils. That's a driver knockout. Then it gets pinned down and surrendered by the 20 mils. With 1 minute 20 left on the clock, another IS-2 goes down. Jesus Christ. 1 minute and 13 seconds left on the timer here for Tanner. Tiger's moving forward. LG-42 got to be able to pin these down. All these units have to be pushed forward now. Question me is not going to be able to get its Faust on that M2A1. That's not great. Some of the Pupian are going to have to come to deal with that. More Grenadiers, but that's going to take more than 15 seconds to cover off. The Berettas are not alive anymore. Has put it back to a 12-12. Oh man, Stardekk surrenders after losing after losing an IS-2 in one of the funniest ways I have seen in a long time. Oh, Jesus, let's take a look at that. What was that killed to? IS-2, SPA, Beretta 20 mil. Oh, man. Well, if you can't penetrate a tank, just pin it down and kill it that way. I hope everyone enjoyed that battle. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.